The armored rainbow Pegasus unicorn. There's like 4, right? Rainbow armored Pegasus unicorn. Yup, I got them. I got all of them. The ultimate mythical beast. Doodle is a badass, so let's get started. This cake starts off the exact same way that Cena the unicorn does. And if you notice, I'm just recycling footage because I got too lazy to shoot this part again. And I'm creating a structure to make sure that Doodle's head doesn't move. And then I'm using a 6-inch dome cake as well as 2 egg-shaped cakes to create his head and body. Then, I'm using Twinkies to make his legs. I'm going to add a crumb coat and then place it into the fridge. It might not look like much now, but this is going to be something awesome very, very soon. I'm also going to add 2 more coats of buttercream to get the desired shape as well as texture. This went in and out of the fridge so many times, and the whole process was about 4 hours. I was watching Moana. I'm a good singer, you guys. I don't know if you know that. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel for about a year, then you know that Doodle is not a brand new character. This awesome rainbow armored Pegasus unicorn has been shown to you previously in cookie form. I thought it'd be really cool to translate all of these features into a cake shape, and I was right. Now the first thing we're gonna do is create Doodle's helmet. Now I'm gonna roll out some dark gray fondant about 1/4 of an inch thick. This is an extremely large piece. I created a template for this, placed it on top, and just cut it out using my X-Acto knife. Peeled away all of the excess fondant and just placed it onto my cake. I was like second guessing myself the entire time I was doing this. I was like, is it centered? Is this exactly what I want it to look like? I don't know. But in the end, I was really happy. I'm rolling out some more gray fondant, but this time it's a little bit thinner. I'm cutting them into circles with a cookie cutter and then placing them onto his hooves so that his head and his feet are covered. I'm just gonna use some fondant tools to shape them and then cut the excess off with an X-Acto knife. Now I wanted him to have a very different looking horn than Cena. So I'm molding a very thick, very short looking horn. It kind of looks like a rhinoceros. Using some dark gray fondant. It's a lot of fondant and it's like super thick, but that's okay because you're gonna peel it off and throw it in the trash anyways. And I'm gonna insert an arts and crafts stick and then just plunge it into Doodle's head. Now I diluted some fondant with some water to create like a fondant paste. I applied it to the seam of the horn so that it looked like it was a part of the armor. So instead of 2 pieces, it looked like 1 cohesive piece. Doodle's armor is silver, so I brushed on a whole lot of silver luster dust. I had to do like multiple coats because it was a lot. This is a lot more luster dust than I'm comfortable with, but again, you're probably just gonna peel it off and throw it away, so it doesn't really matter. Now my favorite part about Doodle is his rainbow mohawk mane. Now I created this mane using 6 colors. First I'm gonna roll out the red using my fondant roller. And I'm just going to cut it into like this hexagon shape. I'm going to take a toothpick and create some hair details. I'm just creating lines. They don't have to be straight. Lord knows I'm not. Now I'm going to insert some toothpicks into the bottom so I can plunge them into his head. And once I finish with the red, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the 5 other colors to get the rainbow mohawk. It looks so cool, huh? Now one by one, I'm just gonna plunge this into the middle of his head. And look, my face is making an appearance. Get out of there, face. This is a shot of just the hands. Now to create Doodle's eyes, I'm rolling out some black fondant super thin and just using a cookie cutter to get the blacks of his eyes. To create the catch light, I rolled out some white fondant super thin and used a small fondant cutter. Just attached both of these with a little bit of vodka and then stuck them onto the side of his face. Now I rolled out some white fondant 1/3 of an inch thick to create his ears. Now to make sure that they look the same, I placed one ear on top of the other piece of fondant and just used that as a template. I gave them a little bit of a bend just so that they look more 3D. Place 2 toothpicks into the bottom and then plunge that into the side of the cakes. Now let's move on to the wings. Doodle has these magnificent white armored Pegasus wings, and to create these I rolled out some white fondant about a half an inch thick, created a template for these wings, and I placed it on top and just cut it out using a paring knife. Now I want to highlight the feathers. I'm going to do that by using a toothpick to create some definition. Repeat that process to get the second wing. Let's create the armored effect, brushing on some silver luster dust. Again, more luster dust than I'm comfortable working with. It doesn't matter, you're gonna throw these wings in the trash anyways. Now Doodle has these sort of rainbow thrusters, that's what I'm gonna call them. They allow him to fly at extremely high supersonic speeds. And each of these is actually just a ball of fondant. I rolled each piece into a little ball. Cut each of these balls in half. So we've got 2 sets because we have 2 wings. Now I'm just gonna apply each of these with a little bit of vodka. Now I took his wings and just plunged them into his body. You guys, this was a drawing and then it was a cookie and now it's a cake. Oh. I wanted to make it look like his mane was like releasing some rainbow fairy dust. So I've taken 6 different colors of icing and just started piping different size stars on the wings, on the mane, and it really does give off that effect. Now to create Doodle's tail, I'm using a lot of different colors of fondant that initially were cut into rectangular shapes, and then I just morphed each of the pieces. I wanted this tail to look short and stubby, so it contrasted that long braided tail that Cena has. I also forgot about it, so that's why we're doing it last. Doodle is almost done, you guys. The last thing we have to do is give him a place to be lying down. Now, I wanted him to be laying on like a dead of night sort of sky. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Now I colored some coconut shavings black with some black food coloring, and I'm going to add on some black gumballs as well as some black pearl sprinkles just to give it a little bit of a shine, and voila, Doodle the armored rainbow Pegasus unicorn. Dude is such a cutie. I post progress pictures of the cakes I'm currently working on in the community tab. And Delana Riviera commented that she liked the name Daphne Doodle. Daphne was supposed to be the name of the unicorn, but I changed it to Cena because of John Cena. That guy's like a really funny meme. However, I decided to name this unicorn Doodle because his rainbow mane really reminds me of crayons. If you haven't already, make sure you click that notification button so you can see what I'm posting in the community tab as soon as it goes up, and you can be a part of upcoming videos. Doodle is the second creature in my Koali creature series. The first was Cena the unicorn, and the third will be Zabroni, the rainbow zebra. He's named after The Rock, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Because remember when he was a wrestler, he would call people jabronis, and then I started thinking about zebra, zebro. Do you even lift, bro? You zabroni. That's how the name came to be. Now I'm curious, if you had a unicorn, what would you name it? And what animal do you think I should create next? Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys. I will see you very soon. Bye.